Next, we've got Elemental from Disney. No, we don't. And I thought, just dramaturgically speaking, it just made so much sense.
I wasn't terribly surprised. I thought it made sense dramaturgically.
Performance in stand-up comedy. No Matt Rife? Where's Matt Rife? Where is Matt Rife in the Golden Globe nominations for Best Comedy? All right, so the Golden Globe nominations just came out. I'm going to do a sort of humorous run through, live reaction. We're going to split into two categories of who I think should win and who I think will win. All right, let's go. First category we have is Best Motion Picture Drama. The nominees are Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives, The Zone of Interest, and Anatomy of a Fall. Now, I have not seen all these movies, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. Unfortunately, The Zone of Interest and Anatomy of a Fall are not out here. Maestro does not deserve it. Absolutely not. We are not doing this. Awful, awful Netflix movie. Completely sours Netflix's reputation for their good Oscar-y sort of originals. Just shocking. Skip, done, in the bin. Who I think will win is probably Oppenheimer. But I can also see it going to Killers of the Flower Moon. I did not like Killers of the Flower Moon that much, but I think it's just going to be sort of a celebration of Martin Scorsese's career. And it's obviously an important story that's being told, so I can see that being the angle they take. Honestly, I do feel like the main ones I can see it going to are Oppenheimer and Past Lives. Now, Oppenheimer is really good. It's a technical marvel. Everyone went and saw it. Everyone was talking about it. Like, I can see it kind of taking the win. However, I think the one that should win is Past Lives, and I actually think I can see it going to Past Lives as well. If you're placing bets, I would say place them on Oppenheimer. However, I would like to see it go to Past Lives. Now, I haven't seen Zone of Interest. I've heard that's amazing, and Anatomy of a Fall I just can't get access to. But I feel like it'll go to Oppenheimer, and I would love to see it go to Past Lives. It just depends how seriously they take the splash factor. Oppenheimer made a massive splash. Past Lives didn't as much, but I think Past Lives is a really good movie and a really important movie, and I can see it going there. Next, we have Best Picture, musical or comedy. We have Barbie, Poor Things, American Fiction, The Holdovers, May, December, and Air. Based on what I'm hearing and based on what I've seen, I feel like the three front runners here will be Barbie, followed by Poor Things, and then May, December. Poor Things isn't out here, but from what I've been hearing, the production design is fantastic. Apparently it's this wonderful, weird, twisted fantasy odyssey, and it's a very like artsy but also accessible movie. It almost feels like it's an artsy answer to Barbie in a way. On top of that, Yorgos Lanthimos did do The Favourite, which got a bunch of Oscar buzz and won a bunch of acting awards. So I can see it going to Poor Things. However, I feel like Barbie made such a splash, probably going to look like a crime if they don't give it to Barbie. So I would say I think Barbie will take this. I do think Barbie will take this. There's a slim chance, however, Poor Things might. If I had to pick what was going to get Best Picture, musical or comedy, depends where you class the movie, but I'd probably chuck Saltburn in there. In fact, I'd probably chuck Saltburn in the drama too. Best Director, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Celine Song for Past Lives. I feel like it's going to be between Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, and maybe Celine Song for Past Lives. I love Past Lives, a great intimate story, but I think in terms of bringing a massive movie together, it's probably going to be Christopher Nolan. I think just watching that movie, it just feels like you're witnessing just like a technical marvel. I feel like that's going to go to him, and I feel like it sort of should go to him. Again, I haven't seen Poor Things, and I'm sure I'll be very impressed with that. Greta Gerwig is also a good mention here, but I just think Oppenheimer is just such a technical beast and a 3-hour mammoth of a movie. I just can't picture it not going to Oppenheimer, to be honest. So I think Oppenheimer should win, and I think Oppenheimer will win. Next, we have Best Screenplay. We got Barbie, we've got Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Past Lives, and Anatomy of a Fall. I think Past Lives should get Best Screenplay. I think Oppenheimer has some really clunky characters, really clunky lines, and really clunky sections. Particularly, this is the most important thing in the history of the world.
But because this is the most important fucking thing that ever happened in the history of the world.
Awful. As much as I love Barbie, I think a lot of the pacing is off and it could be better written. I think it should go to Past Lives, and I actually think it will go to Past Lives. I can't really picture it going to anything else unless Poor Things is like unbelievably well written. Next, we've got Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture. We've got Bradley Cooper for Maestro. Absolutely not. We've got Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Andrew Scott for All of Us Strangers, Barry Keoghan for Saltburn. I think it will go to Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. Leonardo DiCaprio felt like he was phoning it in for Killers of the Flower Moon. That's probably my hottest take for the video. Thought it was average as. Just feel like it's going to go to Cillian Murphy. And on top of that, I think Cillian Murphy should get it. Minor issues with Oppenheimer I have aside, I think he's just amazing. It's a very transformative performance and not in a really showy way. So yeah, absolutely. Like, let it go to Cillian. Next, we have Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Annette Bening for Nyad, Greta Lee for Past Lives, and Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla. From what I'm hearing, I think it's going to be between Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Greta Lee for Past Lives, and Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla, and I think it should probably go to Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. I think she was like the best part of that movie, kind of by a landslide, and if she wasn't in the movie, I don't even think the movie would work, to be honest. Next, we have Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. We have Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple, Jennifer Lawrence for No Hard Feelings, Natalie Portman for May December, Margot Robbie for Barbie, Alma for Fallen Leaves, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. I think it's going to be between Natalie Portman for May December, Margot Robbie for Barbie, maybe, and then Emma Stone for Poor Things. I think the two front runners from what I'm hearing would probably be Emma Stone and Natalie Portman. I feel like it'll go to Natalie Portman. From what I'm hearing, it looks like the more mainstream movie. It looks like the more sort of like dark movie. Yes, it's a comedy category, but I've heard that's just a very profoundly moving performance and profoundly disturbing performance. So I can see it going to Natalie Portman. However, I would actually love to see Jennifer Lawrence win for No Hard Feelings. I actually love that she's nominated. Like, put on the Academy or whatever they're called.
Did you come too? No.
It was Jennifer Lawrence was committed in that movie. She got naked. She got punched in the box. She punched people's boxes. Like, she was giving that movie its all. It was very slapstick. It was very like physical humor. I would love to see it go to Jennifer Lawrence. I think that's amazing that they've put her there for such a like silly movie. Like, how good. All right, next we have Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. We got Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, Timothée Chalamet for Wonka, Matt Damon for Air, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. I don't think Timothée Chalamet is going to get it for Wonka.
Chocolat. Chocolat.
I don't think Matt Damon is going to get it for Air. Maybe Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. I would love it to go to Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid. There's a major lack of Beau is Afraid representation. I think it's better than his Joker performance. I love him in that movie. I love a lot of that movie. But I can see it going to Paul Giamatti or honestly maybe Nicolas Cage. Next, we have Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. We got Willem Dafoe for Poor Things, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Now, this is a stacked category. I think Robert De Niro is actually the weakest here. Look, something in Killers of the Flower Moon did not work for me. However, from what I'm hearing about Poor Things, the performances are phenomenal, so I'm going to assume Willem Dafoe and Mark Ruffalo are great. However, out of Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, and Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, that is stacked, all right? Because Ryan Gosling kind of took Barbie and ran away with it. Instantly part of the kind of pop culture zeitgeist. Like, everyone's obsessed with Ken. Ryan Gosling made that happen. That is a great prolific performance, as silly as it is.
Could you just hold on for 1 second?
Oh, okay.
Sublime! I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that.
But I'm hearing like Charles Melton, like Oscar talk. Like people are genuinely like, oh, Charles Melton with an Oscar, that has a good ring to it. I think that's a really cool story. From what I'm hearing, what the movie is about too, I think it's kind of like a profoundly moving win. But I think it's just a cool idea to watch this guy go from what I believe was Riverdale to, yeah, Golden Globes and Oscars. However, Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer was fucking fantastic. I was not expecting Robert Downey Jr. to be in that movie that much, let alone be that good. Instantly did not see Iron Man. So much better than his Doolittle performance. It makes me want more of Robert Downey Jr. acting. He doesn't do that much outside of Marvel for like a while. And God, he knocked it out of the fucking park. So to me, I think Robert Downey Jr. will win, and I think he should win. However, Ryan Gosling is really close, and I can actually see it going to Charles Melton. I feel like they'll choose Robert Downey Jr. I think Robert Downey Jr. should win. Next, we have Best Supporting Actress Motion Picture. Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer. Absolutely not. Look, she wasn't bad, but the writing, something about that character did not work. I do not see it going to her. Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple. Haven't seen it. Jodie Foster for Naiad. No. Sorry. No. Julianne Moore for May December. Can see that happening. Probably will happen. Rosamund Pike for Saltburn. Can see that happening. May happen. And Davine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Look, I think this is between Julianne Moore and Rosamund Pike for Saltburn and May December. I think it will go to Julianne Moore for May December. However, I would love if it went to Rosamund Pike from Saltburn. I love all her quotes. I love how mean her character is, and I just think the idea that more people are going to go, oh, it's the chick from Gone Girl. We'll go watch Saltburn, and just be like, you know, I can't wait. I can't wait. I would love if Rosamund Pike won, and I think there's a chance she will. The fact there's a movie, Saltburn, hasn't got too many nominations, but then these weird eccentric performances are jumping out to the voters enough, speaks volumes to how good these performances are. And I can see them picking Rosamund Pike, and just like, how good would that be? You know, when they play the little clips of who's going to get nominated, and it's like, oh, Rosamund Pike, and then they play a scene. Like, can you imagine the scenes they're going to play from Saltburn?
I was a lesbian for a while, you know. But it was all just too wet for me in the end. Men are so lovely and dry.
Like, every single line she says is just mean, cruel, and sarcastic. Like, I love it. Now we're moving, because now we're up to television. All right, so best television series, drama. We've got 1923. We've got The Crown, The Diplomat, The Last of Us, The Morning Show. You are fucking kidding.
It's incredible to look down and see how connected we all are.
And Succession. All right, so we're in the TV category, aka the Succession category. Succession's winning everything. Succession's like Breaking Bad. It's like Game of Thrones in its fucking peak. It's just Succession and what else? All right, in all these categories, like Succession just takes up most of the nominations. So Succession has the most nominations. Succession's winning. If it doesn't win, it's a crime. All right. So I think it will win, and I think it should win. The Last of Us was like really technically impressive. The story was a bit lame, but like, look, I'm glad it's there. It's probably the second best pick. The only good ones here are Succession, The Last of Us, and like bits of The Crown. The Morning Show. Can I just rant about The Morning Show? The first season of The Morning Show, I ran around to everyone. I was like, The Morning Show is great. It's fun. It's dark. It's brave. Like, you got to watch it. It's a really great, profound commentary on the Me Too movement. I don't know what the fuck has happened to The Morning Show. The second season was like so uneven. And this third season, why is it here?
And see how connected we all are. Best
television series drama. The Morning Show season 3 was genuinely one of the most embarrassing seasons of a television. Like, I was embarrassed. No one involved in the show was in the room for me, and I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed for everyone involved. Like, great actresses, an amazing looking show for genuinely like bold and the beautiful level writing. There is unironically like they have an Elon Musk allegory character in this show that is like laughably embarrassing. There is unironically a section where they go into space in the first episode. It's so silly. It's so silly. And the peak conflict of The Morning Wars, this amazing show that initially felt like a weird, sexually dark Succession, the main thrust of season 3 is literally, one of the lead anchor's brother went to like the Trump Capitol riot and she deleted some footage and now she wants to get him out. And I know that sounds a bit interesting on paper, but you know nothing about the brother. He sucks as... Oh my God. Look, I could go on all day. Morning Wars, or the morning show, why is it here? It'll be Succession. It should be Succession. I don't know what they're doing with the morning show. I don't know how much Apple is paying them. The Crown is an astonishing technical achievement, all right? I don't think The Crown should win, but I don't think it's out of place here. The rest of it, fuck off.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, fuck off.
Like, come on. All right, best television series, musical or comedy. The Bear. Ted Lasso. Fucking Ted Lasso season 3 was also awful, by the way. I don't know what happened with Apple and their third seasons. Ted Lasso season 3 was one of the worst paced things I've ever seen. Awful. Abbott Elementary. Fantastic show. Fantastic show. We love to see it. We love Abbott Elementary. We are a house of Abbott Elementary fans. Good. Very good. Jury Duty. Absolutely not. No. Only Murders in the Building, sure, and Barry. I think it'll be The Bear, and it should be The Bear. The Bear's sick, all right? From what I've seen of The Bear is sick. I know the huge splash it's made. I've watched it with friends. Ted Lasso, absolutely not. Abbott Elementary, great runner-up choice. I don't think it'll win. The Jury Duty was such a fucking bust. Jury Duty had like an amazing first episode, and then just no. Barry's great. I just don't think it'll win over The Bear. Next, we've got Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series Drama. We've got Pedro Pascal for The Last of Us. Look, I think he did the best he could do with the material. I think he was pretty good. I think he did a pretty good job. I think he did as good a job as he could. I think the script was just a bit clunky at times for him. Next, though, we've got the Succession show. We've got Kieran Culkin for Succession. He has jumped from supporting actor to main actor, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, I think that means he's kind of fucked. He did such a good job in season 4 and got so much more responsibility that he's now in the lead actor category. Next, we've got Jeremy Strong for Succession. My boy, Kendall Roy. He's won before. He should win again. Just an astonishing performance. So good. You see him talk in interviews about his character, and it's literally like it's him. He's just like, I was asked. It made sense dramaturgically. They told me about Logan, and I thought just dramaturgically speaking, it just made so much sense.
I wasn't terribly surprised. I thought it made sense dramaturgically.
So can't wait. I just want a speech from Kendall Roy. I want to see Kendall Roy one last time. You know, I think Succession gave me like actual like underlying depression or something. Like if I'm awake at night, like if I can't sleep straight away, I just sit there and I stare at the roof and I think about everything that happened to those characters in the last episodes. Poor, rich, privileged billionaires were fucked over by that hot Skarsgård Swedish guy. Like, I get sad. You know, I get sad. Kendall was the number one boy.
I'm the eldest boy!
Next, we have Brian Cox for Succession. Interesting choice because trying to get around this, he was in like 30% of the season. I almost think he could make as guest appearance, honestly. Like, he was in the show for like 30, 40 minutes this season. Having him in the lead category feels weird, but he has such a big presence in the show. His character, the whole show is about him. Every single episode is talking about him and responding to the things that happen to him. So, like, I get it, but weird placement. And unfortunately, each one of these people deserve an award. And if you split it into Jeremy Strong in lead, Kieran Culkin in supporting, and then Brian Cox in guest, they could all get an award. But unfortunately, they're all in lead actor. And that's fine, because I think they all did lead actor things. I just think it's interesting. Look, I think Kendall Roy, Jeremy Strong is going to get it. Any other year, I would go absolutely yes. I always want him to win awards. I think he's amazing. But Kieran Culkin is also in this category, and I think Kieran Culkin, in terms of improvement, he had so much more to chew on this season. That's why he's jumped from supporting to main. He had so much to chew on. He did a fantastic job.
I can't do the thing. I actually can't do that anymore. I can't. I tried to sing.
It's okay, just take a breath.
It's okay, just take
I think Jeremy Strong will win. However, I would love to see it go to Kieran Culkin. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Jeremy Strong's got this in the bag. It's the best show on TV, and he's the lead. All right, he is the lead. Kieran Culkin, I think he deserves credit for his work. If he was in supporting, he might get it. I think he's fantastic. And I think he actually had more to do this season. I think the role demanded more of him. I think he showed a lot more range rather than Kendall, who just kind of got hit by the depression bus and kind of rode that to the end. Both amazing performances. I just think Kieran turned in the slightly more impressive one. However, not mad it's going to go to Jeremy Strong. I think they're both great. Next, we have Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series Drama. Helen Mirren for 923. Absolutely not. Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us. She was really, really good. I don't think she'll get it. Next, we had Kerry Russell for The Diplomat. No. Next, we got Sarah Snook for Succession. I think she's got this in the bag. I think it goes without saying. Imelda Staunton for The Crown. I don't think she'll get it. I don't really see it happening. And we've got Emma Stone for The Curse. Now, this is the only nomination that The Curse has. The Curse, my favorite weird, little, twisted, fucked up, awful to watch show.
Great, yeah. Next.
Emma Stone has got a lead actress nomination. Her first, I believe, for a TV show. How amazing. How amazing. Just the most uncomfortable show ever. People are going to be like, ooh, Emma Stone, and she did a good performance. She's like nominated. Let me see what this show is. Oh my God. I love it.
I love it. I fucking love it.
I love it. So look, I think Sarah Snook will win. I think she should win too. However, I know this won't happen in a million years. Like, this is that like special third category I'm talking about. If Emma Stone won for The Curse, I would be so fucking hyped. I would be so hyped. Just like the humor in that. Hilarious. Can you imagine the speech? Would Nathan Fielder come up with her and like be the unwanted husband in real life? Like, I wouldn't even put it past him because he does those real life shenanigans. I love it. Best Actress in a TV Series, Musical or Comedy. Ayo Edebiri for The Bear. Natasha Lyonne for Poker Face. Quentin Brunson for Abbott Elementary. Rachel Bronston for The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building. And Elle Fanning for The Great. I would love Elle Fanning to get it for The Great. I don't think she will. I think Ayo Edebiri is going to get it for The Bear. And she's also really good. So I'm not mad at that. All right. I think they'll go with Ayo Edebiri for The Bear. Next, we've got Best Actor in a TV Series, Musical or Comedy. We've got Bill Hader for Barry. Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building. Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. Jason Segel for Shrinking. Another awful Apple show. Another one. Shrinking is the worst show, just insulting. And I'm not someone who gets like, that's irresponsible, or that's, but like the show is like based in like positivity and like, oh, we're going to be all about like interesting mental health discussions. And it's like, I'm not mad at the premise of it. I know the point is he's irresponsible. I just think it's the most cartoonishly simplistic show I think I've ever seen. But it's got all this adult content. I hate it. It feels like the Degrassi writers tried to make a serious adult reflection on like mental health crises in America. It's just shocking. As a result, I do not want to see Jason Segel from Shrinking get it, and he won't. Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso, I can see it going to him. Please no. Ted Lasso's final season was bad. Yes, he did a pretty good job, but I don't even think his character had much to do. Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I think it might be him. I think they might choose him, and I think it should be him. Or Bill Hader for Barry. I think it's going to go to Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I think Barry, Bill Hader will be a close runner-up, and I would like to see it go to both of them. Next, we have Best Supporting Actor for Television, Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. This guy, Billy Crudup, is carrying The Morning Show on his back.
Well, I'm still the architect of the biggest failed deal of the 21st century, so...
Biggest failed deal so far.
Hey, that's the spirit.
On his back, on his shoulders. He is the only one doing like Bill Hader. Sorry. Billy Crudup. That's it. That is the reason you watch The Morning Show, especially in its later seasons. So yeah, sure. But Oh boy, we got Matthew McFadyen for Succession. He's getting it. He's getting it, all right? Oh my God, Matthew McFadyen in this final season of Succession. His delivery of, "You were gonna have me sent to fucking prison, Shiv! And then you fobbed me off!"
You were going to see me get sent to fucking prison, Shiv! And then you fobbed me off!
Oh my God, come on. What a performance. And then he comes in the last episode like a fucking god. All right, he comes in the last episode with that walk. Oh my God. And then, fucking, he's getting it. All right. And this isn't just like, Succession's my favorite. Like, he's really good. He's getting it. All right. Next, we got James Marsden for Jury Duty. I mean, look, he did do a good job. Like, cool that they acknowledged it, but like, you know, Eben Moss Barak for The Bear. I don't see it. Alan Ruck for Succession. Look, okay, slight Succession slander. I think this is like sort of a pity vote. Like, yes, he does a great job with the material, but I just don't think anyone on the planet thinks he has any chance of taking this home. And not because he's bad. The character's just a bit too slide, especially compared to the other characters. If Alan Ruck as Connor won it over Matthew McFadyen, come on, absolutely not. But then I wish this was a guest appearance because he did an amazing job. We've got Alexander Skarsgård for Succession. I would love him to get it too. Can we do a tie? Can we do a tie? Alexander Skarsgård was introduced in season 3 of Succession, kind of like a minor threat, a minor Elon Musk equivalent, right? Like a bit of a foil to our main characters. And then season 4, he's like a main character. Like, he's in it more than some of the siblings in the last season. He takes over sort of the place of Logan Roy as the central sort of antagonist and imposing figure. He's fucking awesome. He's so good. And while we're talking about Succession, I just love that a show that's full of people that are like kind of attractive but gaining their own way. Alexander Skarsgård's character comes in with this just like physicality. He looks like a superhero. He's like hot. He has like some sexual intimidation to the show, which we hadn't had. Fucking sick. So good. But no, Matthew McFadyen's taken this home. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Who else is it going to be? Best Supporting Actress, Television. Elizabeth Debicki, The Crown. Look, sorry, do we even need to look at anything else? I think she'll get it, and I think she should get it. She did an amazing job as Diana. We have had like 3 or 4 interpretations of Diana in the past like 4 years, and she's doing great. She's doing God's work, all right? So I think she should win. I think she will win. But while we're here, Abby Elliott for The Bear. Good. Christina Ricci for Yellow Jackets. Yeah, sure. J. Smith Cameron as Jerry for Succession. Yeah, like, she's really good, but it's going to be Elizabeth Debicki from The Crown. Meryl Streep for Only Murders in the Building. Don't see it. Hannah Weddingham for Ted Lasso. Can kind of see it. I think it's going to be between Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown, Weddingham for Ted Lasso. If I had to pick, though, if you were asking my favorite, it would be Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown. Next, we have Best Limited Series. All right, we have Beef, Lessons in Chemistry, Daisy Jones and the Six, All the Light We Cannot See, Fellow Travelers, and Fargo. Bit of a dud list. Is this my hottest take? Beef was disappointing. Sue me. Yep. I know. It's A24. Stephen Yeun, Ali Wong. Amazing cast. Amazing core premise. Yeah? Beautifully shot. Looks like a film. Incredible performances. Amazing music. Amazing like needle drops. Amazing soundtrack. Beef is amazing for about 2.5 episodes. Yeah, for 2.5 episodes, Beef is like an amazing movie, an amazing 1.5 to 2 hour movie. Beef is the fucking best. Yeah, a small little minor transgression. It explores anger. It explores how violence begets greater violence. It explores the toll that negative energy takes out on other people. It also explores toxic positivity, cheating, like everything is like working. It's so good. And then all of a sudden, it just leaves this core conflict, this core premise. It gets bogged down by all these side characters and all this shit that just doesn't matter. And look, is it the best miniseries here? Yeah, all right. Second best is probably Fargo. All the Light We Cannot See is fucking like dog shit. Why is that here? That's got like a 10% on Rotten. Like, no one liked All the Light We Cannot See. But look, Beef deserves this award just for how good the first 2.5 episodes are and how good the last 20 minutes are. But God, does it lose its way in the middle there. Just make it 3 or 4 episodes and you've got a flawless little miniseries. So yes, Beef should win. Beef will win. But I need to get out my beef with Beef. And that's the fact that it like fumbled the bag. I think people were like scared to admit it, or just, I don't know, like it built up such good grace from the start, but like fucking hell. Best performance by an actor in a limited series. We got Matt Bomer for Fellow Travelers. Can see it going to him. I've heard amazing things. Sam Claflin for Daisy Jones and the Six. Don't see it. John Hamm for Fargo. Don't see it. Woody Harrelson for White House Plumbers. Maybe, but don't see it. Oyelowo for Lawmen. Don't see it. Stephen Yeun for Beef. It's going to be Stephen Yeun for Beef, and it should be Stephen Yeun for Beef. He did an amazing job. Amazing portrayal of anger and depression.
He works so hard for everyone but himself, and I see how unhappy he is.
There's also a lot about sort of the experience of being an immigrant in America. I think it's really well done. I think he's going to get it. And like rightfully so. Like, he's very good. Best performance by an actress, limited series. Riley Keough for Daisy Jones and the Six, Brie Larson, Lessons in Chemistry, Elizabeth Olsen, Love and Death, Juno Temple, Fargo, Rachel Weisz, Dead Ringers, and Ali Wong, Beef. All right, look, I think it will be Ali Wong for Beef. I think that's a really great pick. However, if I had to make my personal choice, Elizabeth Olsen for Love and Death. I thought she was fucking phenomenal. Now we've got Best Original Song. It's Barbie, What Was I Made For? Barbie, Dance the Night. Peaches from Super Mario Bros. And Road to Freedom from the film Rustin. All right, let's be real. Barbie has 3 song nominations. It's between the Barbie songs. All right, we're getting rid of Dance the Night. All right, that's a fantastic pop song, but that's more like a radio song. Don't think it's going to that. Our next options are What Was I Made For, which was used in the montage section and is just like a gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, just so fucking good. And then we've got I'm Just Ken. Now, I think it's going to go to Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For. I think as a song, that is the best song here. All right, but I'm Just Ken is a really tempting prospect because it's a song that's sung by the characters. It's not just part of the soundtrack. It is in the film's universe. And also, I just love the idea that Ryan Gosling gets an award for like singing. How funny. And like for singing like that, like for being Ken, for singing such a lame simpy song. Hilarious. I love it. But I think it will go to What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, and I think it should. One of my favorite songs maybe ever. I listen to that song like an uncomfortable amount, but is there part of me that would love to see it go to I'm Just Ken? Yes. And I almost think that the Academy, or whatever you call it for Golden Globes, is missing an opportunity here. I just think it's a really good opportunity for like maximum memeage and like maximum viewership if Ken won for I'm Just Ken. And can you imagine this? Can you imagine the speech from Ryan Gosling? He already did another one about Kennedy. Like, hilarious.
Well, it's a noun, and I've come to understand it as the strength and vitality required to sustain a period of kenning. I can tell you from firsthand experience, up until 6 months ago, the entire world gave 0 fucks about Ken.
Got Best Motion Picture Animated. We've got The Boy and the Heron. Can see it going to this. It's Hayao Miyazaki's big return after Ponyo, I think it was. Director of Spirited Away. He's back, and then he's going again for like a while. I think that's just like a really great story. They'll love it, and I've heard amazing things. Next, we've got Elemental from Disney. No, we don't. We don't have Elemental by Disney. We don't. All right? Whose idea was it? Whose idea? First off, whose idea was the movie Elemental? Because it was fucking atrocious. If I ever have to witness the character of Wade, the water guy, ever again.
I just can't seem to find my flow. I'm afraid I'm going to have to write you a ticket.
It's a perfectly fine 2.5 out of 5 stars, you know? Like, I'm not mad because it exists. I'm kind of just like mad that it's been nominated here, because it's just such clear, like, we need to go see Pixar and we need to vote for Pixar and we need to nominate Pixar. And it's like Pixar has fallen off. Disney has fallen off a bit, all right? Like, I saw a trailer for Wish the other day, and in the trailer it was just playing old clips of Disney movies, because it's like, yeah, you probably don't want to see this new one, but like, remember how good we used to be. Elemental shouldn't be nominated because Pixar needs to learn that they can't keep turning out crap.
You can't keep getting away with it!
And that's what it is. Like, it's coming from the studio that made like Incredibles and Finding Nemo and Monsters Inc. Fucking Monsters Inc. Look at Monsters Inc. Look at the creativity and how weird Monsters Inc. was. And we get Elemental. What the fuck? Why? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Would love to see this win. Great movie. Should win. Feel like at the moment it's between Boy and the Heron and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Next, we've got the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Absolutely not. Why is it here? No. We've got Suzumi. Can't see it winning. And we've got Wish from Disney. Not winning. Not a chance. Absolutely not. I think it's between Spider-Man and the Boy and the Heron. I would like to see it go to Spider-Man. Yep. Like, fuck it. All right? Like, Spider-Man was cool. It was a really cool movie. The first one was really cool. They're crushing it. They've made animation more exciting. I would love to see it go there. Now, we've got Best Performance in Stand-Up Comedy. No Matt Rife? Where's Matt Rife? Where is Matt Rife in the Golden Globe nominations for Best Comedy? I find Matt Rife's comedy hilarious.
I'm a 28-year-old grown man. My biggest fear is the dark, dude. You don't know what's in there. You have no clue. I'll tell you what's in there. Ghosts and monsters. And y'all look ridiculous for not being more concerned about it on a day-to-day basis, dude.
I love the ghosts and monsters. Okay, I'm being sarcastic. I can't even do this. Thank God Matt Rife isn't here. Ricky Gervais for Armageddon. Dude, Ricky Gervais is so bad at stand-up lately. Like, oh my God. No. Absolutely not. Armageddon was like awful. We've got Trevor Noah. Dude. We've got Chris Rock for Selective Outrage. I watched Selective Outrage. Let's be real. We all watched Selective Outrage waiting with bated breath. We were waiting for Chris Rock to talk about the Will Smith slap, and he leaves that to the end. And when he talks about the Will Smith slap, it's amazing. You know, but we had to sit there for like 30, 35 minutes of just the same boomer comedy shit. Yeah, like fucking, oh, you can't say anything now. Oh, careful. People are going to get triggered. Oh, it's all selective outrage. You're all choosing to be upset. You're not actually upset. You're choosing to be upset. If I have to watch another comedian do the whole like, I'm a comedian, I'm the truth sayer, no one else thinks like we do or says what I fucking can't.
Funny, a comic's brain is so different than a pedestrian's brain. And like what, you know, like I can't help. I went
pedestrian is so funny, by the way.
Oh.
Like saying that.
I said to a woman the other day.
It's better than civilian. Yeah. That drives me crazy. It's like, we're not in the armed force. Let's relax.
So no, I would not like it to go to Chris Rock for Selective Outrage. If it was for the 15 minutes, like just the 15 minutes of him talking about Will Smith, absolutely fine. But no. Oh my God. Amy Schumer for Emergency Contact. Look, hot take, I actually liked Amy Schumer's early specials. I actually did. I watched them in my formative years. I thought they were good. I thought they were funny. But after Trainwreck, she just became the worst. And this one was no different. We got Sarah Silverman, Someone You Love. Have not seen it, I'm sorry. And we got Wanda Sykes, I'm an Entertainer. I don't fucking know. This is just a grim list. I think it'll either go to like Wanda Sykes or Chris Rock. I actually think it'll go to Chris Rock. I think the Will Smith story's fucking cool, right? It gives him another chance to go on stage, yeah, and like bait Will Smith. Like, I'm sure if he gets an award and is on stage, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm scared of being on these award stages again. Is Will Smith waiting to come out and jump me? So look, I just think he'll win, because the Golden Globes would be stupid not to give him the win, because then you get to see him get on stage. Imagine if Will Smith slapped him again. Imagine if he got on stage to select his award for the special about the joke he made to Will Smith's wife, and then makes another joke about her alopecia. Like, can you imagine? Like, he makes another joke, another G.I. Jane joke. It was G.I. Jane 3, can't wait to see it. And like Will Smith like tries to deck him. I would love it. Fuck it. Like, do it. Just for that. Just for that. But what a grim list. Do not give it to Ricky Gervais. All right, next we got Cinemac and box office achievement. Well, this just feels like a fucking numbers race, right? Like, must mean like box office gross. Well, I feel like it'll be Barbie or maybe Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, all these movies and then this like concert that Taylor Swift quickly pooped out wins. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sure there were some hot takes here. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely day. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.